What is up, ladies and gentlemen? We are here with Hydra versus Dingo for the SC25 final matchup here. The end of the tournament that has been a little anticlimactic. They are just discussing it is a best of 9. Yeah, so White and Black got disqualified. He was number 4. So Jose, who's number 3, advanced to face Dingo, and Dingo beat Jose to have this finals matchup. Let me just make sure that we are, because I'm super paranoid after that last game, the last video that's gonna fucking mute again. But yeah, should be a good one. Let's see how it goes. Hydra absolutely tearing it up. Dingo, always a solid player. So we'll see what is going on. Hydra as a Zerg player, Dingo as a Terran player, both players doing very standard openings here. We are just seeing a barracks at home here, depot first, not even going to go for that Korean barracks first, versus that standard hatchery here. Going to pull a drone here and get that pool up just a little bit earlier before that first drone he hatches, or I don't even know what he did there, maybe he just did a regular thing there. 3 in that 3 barracks, no scout quite yet. Overlord checking out the middle, making sure that there is no middle Protoss build aggression going to come at him too quickly. Is going to trade that off for scouting around him. Is going to be in the dark for a little bit, but you can always split up those first 6 Zerglings to scout every single position and find out where your opponent is. Both players in the dark. We're going to see that first SCV coming out now to scout what's going on. Going to get that gas, probably that academy followed up. Unless you see this Overlord. If you see this Overlord, he is going to be able to adjust his strategy accordingly here. They're going to know what each other are. He is going to maybe be able to skip that academy and go for an extra gas, go for that quicker factory. Also going to not be able to waste any time going into the base. Is just going to be able to check those choke areas for that hatchery first, which is just so common here. Also going to know by the trajectory of that Overlord where the most common spots are. Does checks so right across, and then up here is going to finally spot where his opponent is. We do not see that academy, so he is going to go straight into those factories, which is what you want to do unless you plan on just breaking that choke with stimmed marines and range and all that good stuff. I imagine we're going to see a factory here, probably just at home. They're pretty close positions, so you don't really need to risk going in the middle. Of course, obviously it is better. One little Zergling does sneak in here and is going to get a scout off exactly what's going to go on. Going to see that there is going to be no academy. Looks like Dingo's going to get some supply stuck here too, not building that depot, which he is going to need. Does start that factory though right outside of his base, so it is just going to be a little bit closer here, a little bit more vulnerable to some kind of ling, but no gas or anything here from Hydra at all. Hydra just chilling, playing it safe, not worrying too much about anything. Not going to go for too quick of lurkers, it does not appear, or any kind of quick muta. Maybe, possibly, just judging right now, if I have to guess, it's going to be some kind of Hydra mass. He's just going to have enough Hydras to outmass this choke. Not going to waste too much time on here. Going to let that Terran maybe come in here and then get a nice little surround on here. But we'll see if that is the case. He's getting a gas now, so maybe just a little bit of a late lurker. Maybe I'm just tripping. Still, no, where is he building depots now? Well, there was a Zergling scouting around there too that I AFK'd on. Just like this AFK SCV here, more Zerglings continuing to run out and try to get as much information as possible. Very go-suit stuff here for Hydra. Wants to know exactly what to prepare for and the timings on everything here. Going to see that machine shop is just finishing up here. Second factory just completing. And he knows what's going to be happening. There's most likely going to be 2 engineering bays flying in here. Everything very standard here. So Hydra, exceptionally good at defending this. He has faced this a bajillion times. He should know exactly the timings on how to stop this. Something I know for a fact Hydra is familiar with. Throwing down a hatchery back at the back of his base and a creep colony. Probably going to turn that into a sun colony just in case there's some kind of fire bat, or maybe even just a spore in case there's some kind of floating engineering bay up there. Always nice to get a little colony back there. Even, yeah, just a little sun colony is good just for those fire bats or marine drops or anything that could possibly happen in this early game. Getting a depot here as a, yeah, just to help out with that little choke area. Hydra not interested in pushing those Sunkens too far forward, does getting that layer now. So it looks like he is just going to go for that Lurkers at the very beginning to stall out, maybe into Defiler or... oh, actually, no, he isn't building a Hydralisk Den yet. So maybe it's still up in the air exactly what he is doing. Usually you want to have that Hydralisk Den down to finish right when that layer completes. So if it is a Hydralisk, it is going to be a little bit late to get that Lurker upgrade started immediately. Do you see those tanks starting to now push away at the front here? That Academy coming down is going to add some medics here. Do you see that layer now finished? And yeah, an immediate Queen's there. So I think he's just going to go right into that Defiler standard thing and just hold his choke here and try to get into the later game. Maybe push forward here since a lot of Dingo's buildings are out here. If he doesn't have to push too far to really mess with Dingo's tech, and then his choke is right there. So a quick Defiler push is also very possible here. No Spire, so I have to assume that's what he's doing. Tank continuing to move forward here. Hydra throwing down some more sunken colonies. This is a very strong push here from Dingo. And yeah, it's going to be up to Hydra to react. Lurkers is completed. Hive is on the way. So he's just trying to buy himself more time with these sunken colonies. It's going to have a couple of Lurkers out, which should be able to stall for maybe a second or two until that vessel comes out. The vessel going to be started immediately, though. And yeah, Dingo coming in here very powerfully here. Hasn't lost a Marine or anything, so has a good Marine count. Medics are soon going to be joining the army. Does have Stim just started now as well. So yeah, it's just a matter of can he get in here before these Defilers. It's going to be still a long time until these Defilers are out. So Hydra is in a little bit of trouble here. He is maybe a little underprepared here. A little bit. I don't even know. It's just a very good push by here. Dingo, I guess, just scouted him. Immediately got to know exactly what to do. It's always advantageous if you can find out what your opponent is really quickly as a Terran player. When you can just skip that Academy and go right into those factories, it is very helpful in the speed of your push. But right now, it looks like there is going to be no answer right now for Hydra. This push is looking very powerful. We do see the Defiler Den and the Spire going down. Only 4 Lurkers out here, but there is a detector. A vessel is out. These Lurkers trying to siege out. Hydra continuing to try to push out more and more sunken colonies, but Dingo is patiently and swiftly moving forward, and it is looking like it is going to be a 1-0 here from Dingo. Okay, unless something crazy happens here, but I don't think Hydra is going to be able to get his tech out quick enough. This push is pushing at 8 minutes, which is very quick. Hard to get tech out earlier than that. Sometimes you can get Guardians out that quickly, but the Defilers are going to be coming in, I think, maybe a little too late. Hydra not being able to take out any of these Terran units. Dingo pushing forward is already broken the choke, so even if Defilers do come out, it may just be too much here. And yeah, I think it's just going to be GG. All the Lurkers have been taken out. All of the Sunkens are just pushed back way too far to be buying any kind of useful time. GG is called, and Dingo is going to take a surprising 1-0 lead in the series. Very strong push here. Yeah, Defiler's still coming out, but yeah, GG is called. Not a GG called, actually, but it is GG. And yeah, we'll jump into game number 2. Very nicely done by Dingo. Hydra gonna have to fight back here. Number 1 seed. The Vegas favorite in trouble. We'll see you in game number 2. Game number 2, and we got Hydra once again as the Zerg player versus Dingo as the Protoss player. So Dingo gonna look to take a 2-0 lead in this best of 9 series. So we got ourselves a lot of games here, and yeah, we'll see if Hydra can get himself a ZVP win. He is, of course, going to be in the bottom left, which is good. He's in the corner spot, always helpful. Protoss, though, very close to him. Could be dangerous in the early game, depending on what the Dingo opening is. Doesn't look like he's going to go for a mid build. Is going to go for that opening. See if he's going to go for that Nexus first, or if he's going to go for some gateways. That shall be the thing. My Swarm should have been out way sooner. Yeah, Hydra a little late on his tech there. A little slow on his gas, I do believe. I thought that's why I thought it was that Hydra opening, because he was just very late on his gas. But I guess he just wanted that third hatchery up before he started teching. You live, you learn. So not going to be that Nexus first. It's going to be a 2 gateway, and looks like he's going to probably add another 2 gateways and look to apply some early pressure. Hydra once again choosing to send that Overlord out in the middle to scout if there is any Protoss mid builds, which of course there is not, but it's also good to have this Overlord out here just to scout. You can just get a little bit of a heads up if what's coming into your base, so you can prepare accordingly. Maybe you have to add some sunken colonies, some zerglings, whatever you need. It's always nice to know what's going on here. Neither player knows what's going on. A very late scout here by Dingo, which I guess he's looking to catch his opponent off guard. If you don't know your opponent's Protoss and you don't scout a mid build, you don't really expect a bunch of Zealots coming in here. The 4 gate is common, but it's also not super common. You know what I mean? A lot of people like to go a Nexus and then 4 gate or something like that. 2 gate Nexus, 2 gate. But this 4 gate, very powerful open. Obviously going to have a lot of Zealots out as quick as possible. This is the best way to open as Protoss if you're just looking to mass Zealots. Obviously the traveling distance isn't going to be as far, but you're going to have more Zealots out quicker. Right now, yeah, he is scouting in the wrong position. These Zerglings are going to come out and scout. His opponent does have 2 Sun Colonies out here, which is nice, getting that 3rd hatchery out here now. And yeah, still no idea what's going on for either player. These Zerglings even moving past the one spot where they need to go. He might luckily, I guess, I don't know, did you see that Overlord? I don't know if he saw that Overlord or not. I think the Overlord may have saw the Zealots. The Zealots have no idea where they're going. They are lost. They have no idea where to go. They want to apply this pressure, but this late single probe scout by Dingo, I'm not a big fan of. You want to be applying a lot of pressure here. You have to be scouting earlier, or throw out a second probe if you're going to be delaying it, just so you can find your opponent quicker, because you can see right now it is a nightmare. These Zealots just running around, not being able to apply any pressure, giving Hydra lots of time to throw up an Evo Chamber, 2 extra sunken colonies, and yeah, he is going to be very safe against this. This should not do much damage, and that's all because of that late scout here. Hydra also going to be able to get some Zerglings in and doing some counterattack back at home. Not fighting this Evolution Chamber is not what you want to be doing. We're trying to get both of this action here at time. The Evo Chamber does tank a lot of damage, taking out a lot of these Zealots before they're able to do any kind of critical damage here. These Zerglings getting in here once again by Hydra, and going to take out a couple more probes here. Very nice micro here by Hydra on both ends, reacting to that perfectly and taking absolutely 0 damage, while also being able to get some counter damage on here. Which is also super good. Keeping the Protoss in his base, not what he wants to be doing right now with his 4 gates with a bunch of Zealots queued up here. He's just going to have a bunch of Zealots that aren't going to be able to be too useful without any kind of gas. Hydra's going to see this, and he's just going to be able to he's going to rebuild that Evo Chamber, going to add a bunch of Sunkens here, knowing that the only way he's going to die is if these Zealots break through the front here. See, that's exactly what he is doing. In no hurry to tech up himself here. Just going to play it safe. He knows exactly what's going on. He's got he's got Protoss stuck in his base. This is really well done here by Hydra. Just using 8, 9 Zerglings to contain this Protoss player. Going to probably make him build a forge here. Very annoying. Also getting all this super helpful scouting information off. So just these Zerglings somehow just controlling the game for Hydra right now. Gonna see that triple Nexus here. Gonna see the timing on the gas. Just going to be able to control move these Zerglings all around and around, and yeah, just going to be able to really help him out throughout this entire game. Now throwing down a gas 2 more hatcheries, getting himself in some prime time position, knowing that the choke probably is not going to die by these Zealots. Zealots are moving out, but they are spotted by these Zerglings once again. They are going to know exactly what's going to go on. Even going to try to pick off this probe, which is pretty good. 1 probe already out here. Going to try to get some cannons to kill this front little wall here, so he doesn't waste a lot of his Zealots here. If that wall does break, there is a chance that the Zealots may be able to break in here. Zerglings continually moving around, very go-to stuff here from Hydra. Even getting a couple shots off on that core while the Zealots catch up, and then just running back along. Adding 3 more hatcheries here, so I think he's just gonna go for a nice Hydra break here. You could probably even just mass Zerglings at this point. Yeah, we know he has something planned right now because he just has all the scouting information in the world, and Hydra is too good of a player to just let him see exactly what you're doing. You're basically giving him, yeah, you're basically giving him vision right now because he knows exactly what's going to get. He'll turn that double Hydra in. He's going to be able to get both those upgrades out right away. Even using these Zerglings to stop these cannons from getting up here. Almost picking off that probe here as well. So just everything going wrong here for Dingo. Still obviously not out of it. All it takes is one storm drop to like really get yourself back into it. You just gotta connect, kill a bunch of drones, and you're gonna buy yourself at least 2 minutes. A couple larva rounds of no units, just gonna be drones rebuilding, and really gonna be able to buy yourself some time, give yourself an opportunity to get back into it. So Protoss is never out of this matchup, but as of right now, Hydra is in a golden position here. He knows that he didn't have to waste any time with any kind of drop protection because he saw the entire time that there was no early gas, no cybernetics core, no robo. He knows that he doesn't have to build any early drop pressure. There's no way there's any proxy gas. And yeah, Hydra really taking advantage of that scouting, really making some good decisions here. Going to make the most out of this choice, and yeah, it's going to be really up to the Protoss now to really get something done. He has to get a drop. He's going to be dealing with a mass Hydra. Oh, and we actually see a double layer here, and both those upgrades going, so he is going to go for a massive Hydra drop. It looks like. I think he's going to just unload right here, and then yeah, it's going to be tough to defend. It's going to be tough to start massing cannons down here. Just not what you're going to do. Doubt he's going to be massing too many cannons here. You're going to get a couple just in case there's some kind of quick mute attack, as Dingo is completely in the dark. He has no idea. He's only seen Zerglings. He only sees a bunch of sunken colonies. He has no idea what's going on here. He has not seen anything. And yeah, he's just getting his High Templar drops ready, but I feel like Hydra doesn't even really have to waste time doing this drop. He could just mass out and break this, but it is the finals here. He does want to play it safe. This is the safer option. You are going to have Hydras defending for a little bit longer in your base. And yeah, I don't blame him one bit. At this point, I feel like he could pretty much do what he wants, as he just got himself in such a good position. He has such an advantage right now. Yeah, he just really played this well. Those early game Zerglings just really changing the momentum of this game in that early game, especially. Gonna have more than enough Hydras here to pick off this drop. Only a single robotics facility, so it's not like there's going to be a ton of dropships. Both of them are full though, so if one of them do get by, this will be able to maybe get some damage done. Hydra gonna have to be real quick on picking those off. He's actually gonna fill up the third one, so he's gonna go for a triple dropship drop. Okay, not gonna fill up all 3 of them though. Corsair is now out, so Dingo is doing some good things, keeping himself in a pretty good lead, but now this drop is gonna come in here, and this could I imagine this is going to do a lot of damage. He's probably going to have to drop some of these High Templars. Maybe just going to, I don't know, it's going to be tough to hold this. Going to be a lot of Hydras coming in here. This Corsair coming in here, tried to get a scout off. Trying to pick off some Overlords, but all the Overlords are right here. Getting loaded up. This drop coming in here now. Hydra at 60 workers. Going to pick off one. No, not going to pick off any of them. So there are going to be some drones going to be dying here. Both of the High Templars dropping. Good pull from him, losing 20 or so workers there. 19, yeah, gonna lose at least 20 workers there. Another High Templar in here with some tech, and is gonna get another 20 or so workers there. So yeah, about 44 workers dying there, so very successful drop, but now it's Hydra's turn to drop, and we'll see if this can do more. A couple of storms can really change the momentum, like I said, very quickly in this this game here. Hydra, who's in absolutely golden position, not in nearly as good of a position now with his 20 drone count. Gonna have to rebuild some drones, but he's gonna be going for a counter drop here. And yeah, I think this counter drop is going to be more than enough. He may lose all of his drones, but as long as he has $50 does, he should be fine, because I don't think Dingo's going to have many drones or many mains left after this. I'm scared he does need to drop these earlier than later. There is a lot of high temper. You don't want to just drop them all in one big bomb. He is going to spread them out a little bit. There are lurkers in here. There are Hydras. They're going to be dropping in right there. Going to click on the... No, did he click on the probe? He's focusing on the probes now with those lurkers getting 23 probe kills. No High Templars even stormed there. Maybe not enough energy. Oh, there's one there. He's 3 energy away. Just somehow surviving in this. Why aren't you picking him? There we go. We do target him off. And yeah, this is going to do too much damage. We got a probe and a High Templar in here. Storms, but good pull there from... Mr. Hydra. Gonna be able to pick off this main. Trying to pull his probes. I guess he pulled that probe in the dropship because he does want to try to expand, maybe build a nexus somewhere else. But keeping the High Templar alive as well. But there is no answer here for Dingo. Dingo has nothing. And yeah, this drop just really catching him off guard. Very nicely done here by Hydra. Good game plan. And he is going to crush Dingo in this Zerg versus Protoss, making it look easy. And yeah, he's gonna tie this series up. It's best of 9. It's gonna be back to a 1-1 series here. Picking off to the observers even so the lurkers can't be seen. Trying to High Templar storm them, but not gonna work. We'll see if Dingo is mana enough to GG. Nope, he's just gonna leave. Typical Dingo fashion. He is like a little brother to Jose. And yeah, we're gonna be tied up 1-1 here. Very well played by Hydra. Nice drop, nice APMs, and yeah, we'll jump into game number 3. We are in game number 3. Hydra gonna get Protoss this time. Finally, not gonna be Zerg, and Dingo gonna get the little taste of Zerg here. This could be interesting. You're going to send his Overlord out to the side, and he's going to be able to scout his opponent immediately. This could be good. This could be bad. If he decides to go for some kind of early pool, maybe a hatchery first inside the base, this could be very good for him. He may change his mind, actually, once his Overlord gets there. That usually gets to about this spot right when your 9th drone gets to where it's going to build a hatchery. So if he does scout the Protoss, he may opt to not build that choke, especially if he isn't quick enough to pull the Overlord away and Hydra sees where he is, because you do not want your opponent to see where you are this early and your race. Hydra's just going to know exactly what to be able to do, going to be able to apply some pressure. So we're going to see if he does decide not to do it. The Overlord is coming in here. Officially does see the Protoss player, and the Protoss player does see the Overlord, so they are going to know exactly what's happening, and he does still opt to go for that. At this point, he knows the Protoss has seen him. He might as well just send the Overlord in here so he can get some scouting information, make Dingo, or make Hydra get himself a cannon. No point of saving your Overlord. Send it in here. He's seen it. He knows where you are. You've already given away your position. Hydra's probably going to go for a 4-gate, going to be able to apply a lot of pressure here. Going to force Dingo to defend his choke. Probably get a contain, and then we'll just see the drops. Maybe we'll see if the Hydra has something planned up, but that's typically how, I don't know, probably how I would play it, I guess. That's probably what I'm saying, it's what I would do in this situation. But it looks like he's going to go for a 2-gate, which is actually probably a better idea. 2-gate Nexus, so he still can apply a little bit of pressure, and also tech up or mass up if he needs to. This is going to go right up into Dingo's face. Dingo is going to see the Nexus first. He did decide to send his Overlord back in, which is a good call. He's going to know that he doesn't need to over-defend this choke, but he does know that there is going to be a slight Zealot pressure coming out here. If you continually build from 2 gateways and keep your Zealots alive, you can get yourself a pretty decent Zealot count that the Zerg may have to worry about if you got that Brain Micro. These first 2 Zealots coming out, I think this probe is going to build a contain pylon here. Or I don't know, maybe he's just jumping in here to help with some DPS. In these early game fights, these 5-shot little 5 beams aren't too bad. Gonna be able to sneak in here though, and that's very nice. These 2 Zealots aren't supposed to do too much damage, but if they can do any damage at all, that is very nice. Even forcing some extra Zerglings to be built is always a good thing. For the Protoss player, especially when you're going down on that 2 gas, that's Forge going down. Gonna try to get a drone kill. Just keeping them alive though is a big deal. Making these drones move, all of this stuff. It just is super beneficial pressuring that Zerg player, so we can't just mass up his hatchery and drones. Getting that core. Now I'm surprised he's not doing a contain at all. I guess he just guess he's got something else in plan here. The Zealots are finally going to die. Dingo opting not to get that Evo chamber up top. I guess just saving that drone, knowing that there's going to be too much. Finally getting a cannon here to shoo that Overlord out of his base. No official tech going down yet. We go now officially the Robo. Probably going to see that Citadel of a Dune go down, unless he's going to save for a double Robo. Does have the gas for the Citadel. Alright, looks like he's going to go for a double Robo. Maybe just microing away here, keeping that probe alive versus these Zerglings. He's going to get that contain up now. Just a couple of cannons really make sure that no Zerglings can run by, get that scouting information off. Also helps get your helps contain the choke, use the choke against your opponent, and help funnel units in, all that good stuff here. A little bit late on that Citadel of Doom, but he was micro and keeping that probe alive like a Gosu. But it doesn't look like that probe actually did die. The Zergling did look like he picked it off at one point, but only one Zergling left. Gonna see the timing on the tech, which is very good. This is what separates those average players from the top players here. Getting those little Zerglings out, being active on the map, finding out what your opponent's doing so you can react accordingly. Hydra throwing down that third Nexus now, still only on 2 gateways here, so I know actually I think he's absolutely completely fine here. Dingo not doing anything quite yet, still on a very low hatchery count. He built way more Zerglings in the beginning than he wanted to, so his drone count isn't where he would like it to be. Hydralisk Den going down now. Gonna have to try to get those Hydras out before this drop. Starting that dropship though, almost complete. I don't think he's gonna funnel Zealots in here, but at this point it would be a very good idea. Okay, no, he is gonna funnel in. He has exactly 8 Zealots, so the exact perfect amount for 2 unloads here. I'm sure that is on purpose here by Mr. Hydra. He's very good at planning out his builds. He's got himself some good builds. He knows what he is doing here. Hydras are coming out here now, but 8 Zealots are going to do a little bit of damage, especially if he focuses on these drones. And yeah, again, at this point, any damage right now that Hydra can do to the economy or just to slow down the production is a win at this point, as his economy is just going to keep skyrocketing up here. And if he can keep the Zerg defending while he's just massing up at home, that is the ideal situation. He's right now just picking off some of these Hydras, really making the Zerg micro right now when he doesn't really have to, as he can continue to mass up at home, getting a High Templar drop ready, getting all of this stuff. It's going to actually be a Reaver drop here. Continue to get work done. Even going to focus this Hydralisk Den, which is going to be actually a big move here. Dingo does cancel that Hydra speed. Those upgrades are just so important. These Hydras are just so much better with their speed and range upgrades. Do see another drop coming in here. Why not? Just going to drop his other 2 units here, Dragoon and 2 Zealots, but at the cost of his dropship, which is actually, that doesn't matter. He was ready to sacrifice that. He does have a second dropship here, ready to bring this Reaver in, and this Reaver, with all of this already damage that's been done, does actually rebuild that Hydralisk Den, which is nice, and does have a Spire down. So Dingo defending that fairly well. That could have killed a worse player for sure. This drop going to come in here, and the Reaver does manage to drop. Not going to be close to these minerals. He does getting another Robo. Okay, he does everything going nicely at home. He's getting all his tech up, and now he's going to start massing. I wouldn't be surprised if he throws out another probe to start double massing this. So very nice micro macro here by Hydra, getting lots of damage done, keeping Dingo. I don't think Dingo's built a drone in at least 3 minutes. Just been building Hydras that just keep dying. He just has nothing to show for it other than just not dying yet. Hydra applying a crazy amount of pressure here, just rallying up here, going to be sending in more and more units here. Reaver microing his life right now, and he actually is going to win this war with the help of his Zealot, sacrificing his life. He's going to still continue to get more damage done, and still Dingo just unable to get a Hydra count up, and without that Hydra count, he's just not going to be able to stop these drops. These drops are just going to be able to continue to get damage done. Hydra being as cost efficient as possible. Macroing a little delayed here now, but he is doing a lot right now, keeping that APM up. And there we do. We see that second probe now coming out to help start massing, which yeah, which he needs to do at this point, because he's done so much damage now. He just needs to start applying pressure here at the front. He could just kill him before that, getting a nice shot off there. Another pretty decent shot off. Like, any damage right now is good. 4 hatcheries for Dingo. Dingo holding on, but Hydra really applying a lot of pressure. It's got his economy going, got all of his upgrades rolling. Drops are going to continue to roll, and once all of these gateways are built here, he's going to be able to just stay max and continue to apply pressure. I don't think Dingo's going to be able to have a chance. Already has Reavers up here from these robos that he built at the choke, going to start pounding away at Dingo. Dingo just having to defend on every front. Hydra really abusing these positions here, these close positions in this early game, and yeah, doing an awesome job here, keeping Dingo small and on his toes, unable to do basically anything. He's trying to get the Guardians here slowly, but just not going to be an easy job for him. Still at 31 drones, and yeah, he is going to build 2 mutas up here. Does have a couple of Scourge there. Finally are going to pick off one of these drop ships. But yeah, we see this attack coming in here in front. These 2 mutas trying to pick off these Reavers, but that's just Dingo's game here in a nutshell. He's just not going to have enough. 2 mutas not going to be enough. These Zealots and Reavers going to be able to take out the choke. Hydra is trying to reinforce here, but that is going to open up a pathway for another Zealot drop. Not even dropping High Templars at this point. Just trying to F with the Zerg here. Going to drop a couple of Zerglings. Dingo has to pull because he doesn't know what's in that side there. Why would someone drop just a bunch of Zealots? Using this dropship very nicely to scare Dingo. And they're not going to let him collect. Not going to get much damage done, but does buy himself a nice amount of time there. Just, yeah, very well played here. This one is going to have a Reaver drop in here, so now Dingo might think he's bluffing again. Actually, you know what? Those Zealots actually did a good job taking out that Sunken Colony here. That was really the only defense back there, so that actually did more than I thought it did. But this drop is going to run right into these Hydras, which are going to pick that off immediately. So a little bit impatient there instead of just going down at the bottom. Wants to run right into where those Hydras just happen to be waiting to pick that off. Hydra up to 94 probes here, and it is just a matter of time. He could probably go have a quick smoke break, come back, and still win this game. Dingo is very desperate to get something done. He's going to try to counterattack, but 4 hatchery Hydra build is not going to be able to fight against this mass gateway that Hydra was able to. Macro up here at the back, and drop's going to go down, which is probably going to actually spell the end here for Dingo. Does manage to keep them alive fairly well. Even going to build that into an Archon. That poor drone has an impossible mission to shoot away that Archon. That Archon going to be able to even kill those drones and some splash damage. We'll see if that actually does happen. Is he going to target the drones? Target the drones, Hydra! You already got 21 kills. Target the drones! No, I'm not going to target the drones for the boys. He's going to just get picked off there. But it is the end here at the front. These 1-1-1 Protoss units are going to be streaming in here, accompanied by Reavers. Going to start massing gateways out the front. Hydra smells blood, and he is not going to give Dingo an opportunity to get out of this situation. Hydra going to take a 2-1 lead. Going to win 2 games in a row. And yeah, just a matter of time before Dingo leaves. We know he's not going to say GG, that BM Dingo. And yeah, we'll jump into game number 4. Well played by Hydra. Was in control of that game from start to finish. And yeah, just showing why he's the #1 player right now. Well done, Hydra. We'll jump into game number 4. Game number 4. Dingo going to be tearing here. And we are Crossbots versus Hydra. Once again, going to get Protoss. Very nice for him. Going to look for his 3rd win in a row versus Dingo, who's been unable to get much done after game 1. These are the cross spawns. So this can be some interesting games here. Both players going to be able to spot abuse and drop. Terrans can nuke the Protoss, of course, in the famous nuking spot. One of Tony G's favorite moves to do, and loves his nukes. And yeah, the Protoss can build cannons up here and get carriers and reavers and arbiters and all that stuff. So there is lots of interesting strategies that can be seen in the late game with these positions. And of course, both of them are going to be vulnerable to that, which evens out the disadvantage that it does usually come with. Hydra looking like he's finally going to go for his little Nexi first here. Not going to go for that 2 gateway first. Or could go for the 4 gateway. You never quite know. I assume it's going to be the Nexus first here. We'll see the Nexus on 11. Is he going to do it? He is. Nexus on 11. And right now, yeah, I think we're going to see a 3rd barracks here from Dingo. It's very risky to do anything other than that 3 barracks open. It's just the most standard bread and butter thing. It's just very nice to be able to transition in whatever you'd like. You can transition into the triple, transition into 2 more barracks, can transition into that quicker academy, right into the drops. Like, everything is accessible, and it's also enough Marines that if you're constantly pumping, you can be more than safe versus any kind of cheese from any of your opponents. That's pretty much why everyone does it. And here we see the Nexi first into that 4 gateway, so he's going to be able to apply a lot of pressure. Going to be a little bit vulnerable if the Terran does go for a quick academy and a quick stim. If Hydra isn't careful, he's probably going to have to get a forge once he sees that he is up against a Terran, because you can never underestimate a mass Terran army with medics in the early game. They can kill a lot of Zealots, especially if those Zealots don't have speed or any High Templars accompanying them. We are going to see that triple Nexus, so this is one of Hydra's bread and butter builds here. He loves to get his 4 gateway triple Nexus. Very solid stuff here. He's not going to look for any kind of early kills, but he's just going to look to dominate the game from start to finish. Going to try to be able to mass while also teching and getting his economy up and going for the trifecta. And it's really hard to beat a Protoss when they get to that position. But at the same time, it does leave you vulnerable to early things, like some kind of, like Koreans, they'll go for something or some super early pressure. That's what looks like Dingo is going to be doing here too. He's going to be going for that quick factory. Not going to go for any kind of early command center. I don't know. I think he's doing that because he doesn't know if his opponent is Terran or Protoss yet. I don't know. I don't even know if he's scuttled. I wasn't paying attention. There's fucking colors are so similar on the minimap. It is hard to distinguish one from the other. You're also going to see that academy going down here. So Dingo definitely looking to apply some pressure. We do see that forge going down now here for Hydra. Hydra still doesn't really know what's going on either. He is in the dark. It looks like both players are in the dark. They're both continuing to scout across the map. Neither player knowing where each other are yet. They are going to know that it is a Protoss versus a Terran, though, and that is why Hydra reacted by putting down that forge. Surprised he's not going for a choke at all. That can just save you a headache later on, not letting the Terran build barracks and stuff in your base. Not barracks, bunkers and turrets and stuff in your base. These Zealots going once again into the wrong position, going to allow Dingo to get his barrack or his bunker up. Another barracks being, so Dingo's looking to apply a lot of pressure here. This is something Jose likes to do as well. Just kind of mass overwhelm your opponent on a single command center, which you just so much quicker. That triple command center just puts you 800 minerals behind a lot of time, and every second counts, especially in those kind of early attack situations. We do see that pylon going down now. Hydra spreading his units here nicely, so if the Terran does decide to go out, he's going to be able to get a surround on those units. I'm actually going to look to apply some pressure here. I don't know if this is a good idea. He does have a lot. Okay, just poking. Oh, no, he wants it. He smells blood. Stim is going to go down. Marines, for some reason, popping out of that bunker, but actually it looks like there's way more Zealots here than I thought. They're actually outnumbering these Marines a lot, and despite Dingo going for a single command center mass here, he looks like he is kind of getting pwned here. That just shows to show you how 2 bunkers, or not even 2 bunkers, 2 supply depots could have changed that game. If he put one spot depot here, one spot depot here, and he made all of those Zels just single file in there, he would have taken substantially less damage here. So Dingo being a little bit greedy there, just not bothering to build a single bunker or a single barracks there, but this could catch Hydra off guard. Hydra continuing to mass here, and he's getting all of his upgrades going for it. It's just straight mass, actually, not going for any kind of drop, so maybe he'll be okay here. Once these Dragoons start popping out, he should be able to hold this fairly easily. Do see that Zealot legs going down, but only a single cannon here, so Hydra, like I said, a little bit vulnerable right here. That could, the possibility of being vulnerable is definitely there. He's going to bring that tank out here, and he's going to be able to apply a lot of pressure. But luckily for Hydra, he is choosing a build that once he gets a certain mass, he's just going to be able to way overwhelm this Terran, as the Terran just doesn't really have a backup plan. He is going all in with his build. He does not want to go into the late game. If he goes into the late game, if he gets dropped one time, it's going to be impossible for him to replenish those SCVs. So Dingo is absolutely all in on this push here. He is pushing forward. I'm surprised he's not pulling SCVs to build some bunkers. He needs some bunkers. He needs something else, some kind of some wall and some depots. He needs to pull some SCVs out here. He's not going to be able to win this fight one-on-one, especially once his Zealot legs is almost done. So the Hydra just waiting out for these Zealot legs. The Terran looking to go behind here to try to get some work done on this. Going to siege up a little bit farther away here, keeping his Marines in a pretty good position here. Hydra just waiting for that upgrade to finish. The Temple of Archives is also done, so DTs are going to be popping out, which is also going to be an issue. There's no detection here at all. No engineering bay just finishing now, but the Zealot leg speeds have finished, and this attack is coming in here. It looks like it's going to be able to clean this up fairly easily. I don't know, we're actually seeing the micro pretty nicely done here. Trying to focus on that tank, and that's going to have to back up. Oh my goodness, SCVs are coming out. They have to build a turret immediately. Turrets immediately. What is he building? He's building a bunker. You got to build a turret. You have to build a turret. He's going to pick off that SCV, knowing that DTs are coming out here. He has to build a turret. Bunker, again, not going to be what he needs. DT is going to be coming out. No detection. Anyway, this DT is going to be able to clean this up. This is actually going to put a stop on the defense, and this is going to give Hydra a massive lead in this game. No scan, no turrets, no nothing here, and DTs are out, and that spells the end of this drop. Going to try to pick off whatever he can. He's going to have to run away. He can't go anywhere. These DTs absolutely saving the day here for Hydra. Hydra was in a little bit of trouble here, especially if those SCV started to mass up bunkers and everything. So that was a very close window that Dingo just missed here. He absolutely had an opportunity to kill Hydra there. Throwing down those triple command centers, he knows that this push is over. He doesn't even have this turret built at home. Finally going to go up here. Is going to not die to DTs. It's crazy how quickly those DTs can change the game. If this was original, it would have been game over. Dingo would have won this game guaranteed. No probes out on the map. Would have been able to start massing bunkers and turrets into Hydra's base, and it would have been an absolutely disaster for him. Would have been real tough to break out. But now we got ourselves a game where we're back. We're going into it. We're going into the mid game now. Early game has been survived by both players. We're going to enter into the mid game here. Going to start adding on his factories and starports. Want to get those vessels out for those EMPs and detection on those dumb old DTs. The 1-1 upgrade is already done here for our Protoss player. So our Protoss player is going to have a big time advantage as this game goes on with those upgrades. He's gonna have a window himself here to do a lot of counter pressure. We can already see the supply count out of control here for Hydra. Hydra up by almost 40 supply. Dingo continuing to really be lazy on his choke here, not building any depots, not building many bunkers here. He is going to be vulnerable to a drop, getting some Marines out on the map to spot forward drops, but drops just now coming out here. That support bay must have gotten picked off in that push. Storm about to be upgraded. Adding a couple cannons so he doesn't die to any tank drops. And yeah, we're rearing into the mid game. We do now finally see Dingo starting to set up those bunkers. He knows that he has he's given up his chance to apply pressure for a little while until he at least gets his factory count up, or he defends really well without taking substantial damage. Nice scan, gonna go down there, gonna see exactly how that tech is going, gonna see that second Stargate. Probably going to be used for Arbiters at some point, but for now just Corsairs. Not a lot of bunkers here though for Dingo. I am a little bit worried for him. Terran pretty good at holding stuff, but if he gets a couple of good storms off here, Only 3 bunkers. 4 bunkers, I guess. It's going to be 5. Maybe he's okay. Maybe he's just adding just enough bunkers that he will be able to hold this. Alright, Templar gonna storm. 2 storms on the tanks will take those guys out. Another storm gonna be just used to take out tanks, which is not a bad idea at all. Obviously super good versus Marines here as well. Very nice storms going off here. Not wasting a single one of them. All of his High Templars do throw down a storm, and they do pretty decent damage. You're going to be able to remax here super quickly, and yeah, once these drops start coming in, it just looks like Dingo is just way too far behind. It's just like that last game with his Zerg. Just looks like he's too far behind. He just really did not do enough damage in the early game for what he was going for, or he took too much damage in the early game like last time. And he's just going to be at a disadvantage in these later games. We see Dragoons coming out here just to clear out any Marines or turrets that were potentially built up here. Unfortunately for him, he does manage to miss both of the Marines that are out doing exactly what he is out there to prevent. Do see a tank drop getting ready to go, but Hydra looks like he's going to probably have significant coverage. 3 cannons, what you need. Looks like all 3 of these cannons are going to be able to defend all of the possible spots to drop, and he should be just fine. Another mass here. Hydra maxed out once again. Dingo, though, closing that supply gap here, getting himself in a better position here now than he was a couple of minutes ago. Another drop, or another mass coming in here. No drops quite yet. Storm's doing so much damage here. Very nicely done by Hydra, utilizing the OP-ness of those High Templars and taking out a lot of units very cost efficiently with these storms. Storms trading nicely. These bunkers, though, saving the day. Finally, Dingo building that depot wall with those bunkers, which I think he needed a while ago. Going to scan, but going to run into these cannons. But no, he's actually going to get more done with this than he would have if he just ran in there, because I don't think it's going to get any damage done. Now he's at least going to kill some cannons, going to force Hydra to react to that a little bit. Oh, I hear a DT doing something. Where's the DT? Oh, there's a DT. One DT managed to get in the base. No turrets here once again. No vessel out yet still either. Now I'm going to actually pick off a tank here. This DT getting some work done here. But now it's going to get greedy. Chase this SCV out here. Turret going to complete, and it is going to die. Tanks. He manages to pick up 1 tank here. Dingo being a Gosu, doing what he can to get himself back into this game, but not looking good. Not looking good at all. His upgrade's going to be super late here. Going to be on 0-0 while Dingo's on 2-1-1. We're going to be almost at 2-2 here. Is forgetting to go with upgrade. A couple of AFK forges here, but he smells blood right now. He's going to continue to push in here. The Terran getting a little bit better defense each time this push happens, though. Getting his bunkers up, set up better. Going to be taking less damage from those storms and more tanks to pick off those High Templars, so they can't get in range of casting their storms. So Dingo gonna hold on, and if he can hold on like that one more time without taking any damage from drops, he may be in a pretty good position here. He does have to start massing up his factories, though. I don't think he has nearly enough factories. He's adding a lot more barracks, so he looks like he's going to go very heavy into the Marines, despite seeing how much Hydra wants to use High Templars. And Hydra going just for a Gosu mass Reaver drop here, which should be more than enough to take out this main, as there isn't a single tank defending it. Only 4 bunkers here, but not ideal. You do want to have some tanks. 1 tank finally coming out here. Not even a lot of Marines here. So, oh, actually, he's gonna recall. Is he gonna recall? What's he gonna do here? I think he's gonna drop and then recall after the drop. Something goes through here. Hydra has something planned here. Hydra knows exactly what the F he's doing. Hydra has Dingo exactly where he wants him. He knows exactly what to do to finish off this game. But Dingo, the relentless monster of a man, just continuing to power forward, pushing out now. Going to try to turn this into a crazy base trade kind of situation here. All of Hydra's army is into this drop right here. Most of these are full of Zealots and Reavers. This drop is going to come in here. I don't think there's going to be much of an answer. is going to drop a lot of these Reavers onto these tanks, targeting that main. That main is going to go down. And very nicely done here by Hydra. A nice little counter shot there. Mass from the front. Mass from the front. Make Dingo think you're only going to be massing and then go into a mass drop here. But yeah, Dingo going to push out. He's not dead yet. He did manage to save most of his SCVs here. So once he cleans up this Reaver, he is going to be able to go back to collecting, but he is not done cleaning this up yet. So yeah, I think since Hydra has such an advantage in upgrades now, 2-2-1 versus 1-1. Okay, you know what? Dingo's is evening everything out. Dingo playing very well, despite taking some big shots. But I think what's going to happen here? Is he going to recall now? That would be devastating right now, as these units are still alive. One recall could absolutely be devastating. It looks like he's going to start grouping up these units for a recall. Going to put them in 2 squads, continuing to buy time. Throwing down Nexus here just to buy time. Starting to add Stargates up here as well. Hydra prepared, more than prepared, if this happens to go into the late game. Doing all the things that you want to do. That main gone. Carrier is going to be pumping out soon. Yeah, Hydra. Very, very impressive stuff here. Where are these Arbiters? Where'd they go? I don't know. I'm tripping. Oh, there they are. Okay, so he's not going to go for any recalls. Even though it really looks like he is going to go for some recalls. Maybe just recall on top of the unit. I don't know. Hydra's got something planned. Hydra more Gosus than me right now. He's going to come in here. I think he's going to recall onto that army. Maybe not. Decides to back up since that scan did go down here. What is he going to do? Okay, now... I think, yeah, now he's just going to recall all of his units on top of this army. Beautifully done here by Hydra. Big recalls on this army. Absolutely going to crush it, and I think that is going to be GG. I don't think Dingo's going to have enough to rebuild. Maybe he will. You know what? I don't know. Dingo, resilient man, very high level player. Takes these hits so well. Has a very strong chin, but I think this is going to be a KO here, hit from Hydra. Just going to be able to completely mass so many high temperatures coming in here. Going to be so many storms. Going to just be massing non-stop. Nice rallies out here. And yeah, I don't think Dingo's going to have enough money, have enough production to defend the onslaught that is about to hit him. A bunch of these bunkers just completely empty. Yeah, there we go. Now we're going to see. Hydra's pretty good at not wasting his storms here. Just storm and barrack, storm and everything. Unnecessary storm, overkill storms, but beautifully done here by Hydra. Showing everyone why he's the #1 seed right now. I'm going to take another game here. What is that, 3-1 now for Mr. Hydra. Yeah, very well played. Not even looking like I said, there were some close points, but Hydra handled that very well. And yeah, we'll jump into what, game number 5 now that we're at. Or number 5, counting stuff. Alright, we got another one. They've continued to play this series. We got Dingo with Terran in the bottom left position. We got Hydra as Zerg in the top right position. Bottom left, top right. Cross spots. So these spots are super unfortunate because more times than not they equal very long games. As it's just so far from your opponent, the farthest possible distance to possibly be the cross spawns. And yeah, more times than not, that means we're going to have a longer game. It's just tough to kill your opponent unless you do some kind of super aggressive build, which sometimes can work because since your opponent's going to see that they're cross spawn, they're also going to know that they're going to have to be a little bit less quick on defending stuff. Like drops are going to take so much longer to get here. Just everything is going to take so much longer. They're just going to have more time to react and defend accordingly. Thus, the super long games ensuing. So neither player choosing to switch it up. Dingo did win the last time they played this matchup, so this is looking good for Dingo to stay alive in the series. It is a best of 9, so it's the first one to 5 wins. Hydra up 3-1 right now, 2 wins away. Dingo has to win. This is basically match point for Dingo. If Dingo doesn't win this one, it's just really unlikely for him to do like a reverse all kill and win. A couple of Zerglings out here making these Marines retreat here. He's going to keep them alive, and yeah, both players are going to know where each other are at now. Dingo going for that mid build factory thing, which is good. A good idea. This is when it's more beneficial to build those factories out on the map other than in your base. The risk is absolutely worth it. We do see the similar opening here from Hydra from last game, but maybe a little bit quicker gas. I don't know. He likes to get that third hatchery out before he likes to collect gas, which is a little bit later than a lot of people like to get. Some people like to get the gas right away. The second they see it, they like to go right into that tech. Knowing they can get lurkers out way before any kind of detection, which can buy them more time than perhaps massing Sunkens. We do see, in classic Hydra fashion, getting inside of the base, seeing exactly what's going on. I did miss that because he has more APM in the game than I do with complete vision. And yeah, he was able to sneak another Zergling in there, going to see exactly what's going on. He has to assume that it's a two-factor. I don't know if he scouted that exactly, but I think he knows. And so we'll see how Hydra decides to play this differently. See if he gets his Hydraless Den up a little bit earlier, so he can time it out with that layer a little bit better. Every second counts in these kind of games. Come on, Hydra, get that Hydraless Den. Unless you're going for mutas or something. See that engineering bay, everything, yeah, very calculated here for Dingo. Everyone knows the build order up to a certain point until they basically start switching it up. But this is the famous mid build Terran factory go ahead. So we are going to see a Spire. No Hydraless Den here. Interesting stuff. I would go Spire. I like to go Spire, but my Muta Micro, unless they get like perfect latency, is so effing bad. I rely on the Guardians only. I cannot do that Muta Micro like those Koreans. So he looks like he's going to go right for those Guardians. I'm not going to waste any time with Lurkers this time. And then, yeah, that's really how Dingo is going to react. He is only building a single engineering base, so once again, he's not going to know the tech, which is just so crazy to me that Terran players can do that. They can play a game without knowing what they're up against. I feel like you have to scout that if it's Swarm or Spire. If it's the Hydra or Spire, because Spire, Mutas could just kill you. Like, he could just run across the map and potentially kill all of these SCVs here, while slowly getting his Greater Spire and then defending the rest with his guards. Oh, we do see this time Dingo is not going to be as patient. He is going to start running forward now. Okay, no, never mind. He is going to be patient. He's just swimming forward to kill that hatchery. He's going to continue to keep all of his Marines alive here, which is important when it comes down to these final battles, especially if the Zerg is going for some kind of mass Hydra build. These tanks breaking through, and once again, I am worried about my boy Hydra right now. His sunken wall is almost done, and his Greater Spire has not started yet. His hive isn't complete yet. He does have a good Mutatown, so he's going to be able to possibly pick off some of these unattended tanks here. He is going to be able to do that. These Marines are a little bit farther back. And this is a good move here. This is going to help buy him some time, which is what he needs right now. He needs to buy himself some time to get that Greater Spire up and going. Picking off 2 tanks is absolutely huge. One full round of tanks taken out right there. And still nothing really being done here by Dingo to react. I don't see any armories, nothing going down here back at home for Dingo. So Dingo just really relying on his Marines. Nice micro there by Hydra, picking off those tanks, taking minimal damage there. And this time I think Hydra's going to be more than okay. He is defending this very nicely, picking off these tanks, which is the main force of this army. We do see a nice rat-a-tat-a-tat-a-tat going down, and Hydra not splitting his units perfectly, but is going to pick it off at the last second to prevent himself from dying. But Dingo once again is in this base. This Greater Spire is not done, and it is also semi-vulnerable to these Marines, but he is splitting up some of his Marines forward, and Hydra is going to capitalize on that, take advantage of it, and run right in there. He has to fight this, but he is losing a lot of units here, but a couple of Zerglings are going to come in here and help even out this fight a little bit, but this is what he has to do. He has to keep that Greater Spire alive. If he just let that die, then he is dead. He did manage to take out a lot of Marines there, which is super, super good here, as these Marines are a long way to get reinforced here. His choke is broken, but Dingo has no backup plan. Just now getting that armory, adding another factory, just now going to start adding those Goliaths, but he has no additional factories, no additional starports, no additional production here, which he needs right now to finish off Mr. Hydra, especially since Hydra's not going for the Defilers. If he's going for the Defilers, losing your choke is a lot worse, but when you're going for Guardians, these Zerglings are actually going to... Oh my goodness, this is a very close game. I am worried for Dingo though. Look at his bank. He is not macroing very well right now. He's applying a lot of pressure. He knows that it's close to winning. Oh, he did get the nice Rads back on the base. Gonna kill a couple of workers. A lot of workers there. Where did that vessel go? Where did that vessel go? I need a kill count, brah. Where'd you go? You run away? Yeah, fuck it. Guardians, though, are now out, and does Dingo have an answer to the Guardians? Building a single Valkyrie, building 3 factory Goliaths, now throwing down 3 more star parts back at home. Finally going to do something, just now throwing down his command center. Dingo very all in on that push, and it looks like now that Hydra has held that, he's going to be able to hold on. He did take a big time drone hit there, so his economy is going to be hurting. He's going to have to rebuild those drones. But in the meantime, it looks like he is going to maybe push out here. I don't know how good of an idea it is. I do like the idea of wiping this all out, because that is 95% of the production for our Terran player, but it's risky. You got nothing back at home. He's just building drones back at home, getting that Defiler den now. No Hydraless den yet? I don't see a Hydraless den, but maybe I'm tripping. Guardian's going to come in here. Decent surround, but Marines are not very good versus Guardians. But it looks like they will just have enough here, and this is why I don't like this. Yeah, because you don't got much back at home. Managing to sneak a couple of sunken colonies back here to reclaim his choke. Hydra now finally getting back to his drone count that he was at before those rat-a-tat-a-tat-a-tat-a-tats came down. Consume being upgraded, Lurker being upgraded, so there is a Hydra 10. Get a couple of spores out, does not want to get abused by those vessels. Adding more factories now. He has managed to start spending his money a little bit better here, which is good by Dingo. Being able to continue to apply a lot of pressure here. Hydra has reclaimed his choke though here, which is big for him. He's gonna start making Lurkers and Defilers, and once that comes out, it's a whole new game here for Dingo. Dingo has basically this push here to break this choke again, or else it's gonna be a long game probably. Or a longer game for Dingo, because Hydra could obviously have something up his sleeve. I doubt it on his 4 hatcheries right now, but he's just trying to get himself back into fighting position here. He is going to have his Defilers out in time, and he's going to have enough Lurkers just to survive this. And yeah, he should be just fine here. I do not see Hydra dying to this push at all. Yeah, it's going to be up to, again, Dingo once again to find a way to break this, as his initial strategy has officially failed. Do you see that first Lurker Swarm coming in here now? And that is going to be a big red flag for Dingo. You're going to have to stop, move back, try another position because this is a one-way road. Units only go out of this way. No units coming in, bud. Yeah, so he's going to be able to rebuild that choke, get a couple spores here, make sure they protect his defilers, and his defilers will protect... Oh, well, just had a little mishap there, but we are continuing into this game, even though you guys didn't know anything happened until I said something. Valkyrie's starting to pick off overlords. Yeah, Hydra just in a very good position here. Dingo building his ugly old factories out in the middle of the map. And he's going to start massing factories back at home. Does have his economy going. Building some dropships. Going to go for a big drop here, it looks like. Does already have 3 dropships up here. 6 dropships can hold 12 tanks. 12 tanks can kill mains pretty quickly, especially if there's no defense around here. Hydra now throwing down some more creep colonies. A massive drop, though, could be pretty good here for Mr. Dingo. Gonna have 6 dropships out here. 6 dropships full of units, pretty good. Scanning. I don't know why he filled 3 of them up with effing Marines, but he's gonna have yeah, 3 dropships full of Marines, 3 dropships full of tanks. And we'll see where he decides to drop this. Hydra's slowly getting his upgrades going, getting his hatchery count up and running. All of his upgrades flowing. Getting himself in a prime time spot. This drop is going to have to do some damage here. Or else, yeah, Hydra's just going to be out of control soon. The drop coming in now. Not much here other than spores to defend this. He needs to drop it right away. Drop it right now. Right now. Right now. Right now. Right now. Right now. Don't lose anything. Siege up. Kill that main. Operation. Just click that main. Not clicking the main. The main is taking no damage yet. Now he clicks on the main. These Marines still could possibly do it. Down 2. 1,400. 1,300. 1 Marine left. 1,300. 1 tank somehow running in here. No. No go. Good try though. That maybe if he was a little bit more patient, a little bit quicker on sieging that, a little bit faster on clicking that main, he may have gotten that. He wasted a lot of time not clicking on that main where you need to do that right away. I feel like that's the play. Go right for that main. 1 single lurker, more than enough to hold the front here, with accompanied with the swarm. Dingo starting to contain, or try his best to contain the Zerg player. Starting to put his tanks up here on the ledge. Tanks here with Valkyries can be absolutely devastating. And basically impossible to leave with your ground army. You need some Guardians or something to clean that up. And yeah, we're slowly transitioning into this late game here now. Do you see the old vessel defiler dance going down? The old classic TVZ. That lurker looks like it just kind of exploded. Maybe with a rat-a-tat-a-tat-tated. Yeah, I think they are. A couple of them are errated. Not the biggest army here from Hydra, but Hydra just trying to push those tanks back. They were getting a little far forward. Gonna send some Zerglings out here as well. Try to buffer for the next Defiler Lurker Swarm. He gets another swarm, but nothing really follows it up there. Continuing to lose his Defilers. His gas isn't at the best yet, but I think that's because he just bought a bunch of mutas and Lurkers and Defilers. All very gas heavy units. And looks like Dingo finally now pulling, looks like 12 SCVs out. Gonna start massing factories out here in the middle of the map. Nice Plagu. Plagu! Nice Plagu! And yeah, it looks like Hydra has done 1,000 times better this TVZ than the first TVZ. Very impressed with his Muta Micro. And yeah, it looks like it's just a matter of time. Hydra though not looking to chill anymore. I like this new aggressive Hydra. One swarm, one plague, very nicely done here. Excellent trade-off for those defilers. No, Dingo opting to build mass turrets instead of any more factories. He has 3, 4, 5, 6 factories, which just I don't understand. Sometimes Dingo looks so good, but right now he looks absolutely mental. Like he just has so much money and he's just not spending it at all. I don't know where his APM is at. A 170 APM. Mr. Hydra getting a second Spire. You know, yeah, just gonna get upgrading away, defiling away. Don't know what the game plan here for Mr. Dingo is. Oh, there you go. Now he's starting to massive factories here. I like that actually spot too, so he can reinforce that ledge. Dingo not out of it yet. Getting mass command centers so he can always scan everywhere all the time. And yeah, we got that good old-fashioned late game TVZ. Everyone loves watching this battle right here. This is what we love. This is it. This is what we love to see. Cute little zergling drop, clear out some of these turrets. And a couple more hatcheries, and he should be able to just mass whatever he wants soon enough here. A lot of pressure being applied, though. So I'm still not completely clear on what Hydra's end game is here. I think he must be just going Mass Guardian Devourer. Obviously pretty good versus such a heavy tank army. Another Plague Ooh going down. Love to see it. And yeah, we're going to see a bunch of Guardians come in here fairly uncontested. A lot of vessels out here. But not much anti-air. Going to have to all rely on those Eradicatates. Good splitting off here by Mr. Hydra. Minimizing the usefulness of that splash damage that Erad provides. Gonna have to use one of... Oh no, okay, we do see one Valkyrie here as well. Looks like we see some Overlords being loaded up. I don't know where he plans on going with those guys, but... we shall see. Dingo finally getting a nice little gas expansion here. Like he really needs that. That is funny. That's like a very... You'd see a computer do something like that. Expand for a single gas. At the computer move there, Dingo. Oh, he's trying to push through up top here, running over a couple of turrets here. There's no way that goes unnoticed. But maybe it does. I don't see Dingo reacting at all. Oh no, there we go. We do see him reacting now. He did see the drop. And yeah, good map presence here for Mr. Dingo. has every route to his base pretty much covered. Doesn't have to worry about down here as he has this under control. And then yeah, a couple of things here just to make sure nothing goes in. Do you see how a plague and then lurkers trying to run in here, but every single one gets eradicated. But there's almost nothing here, so if this could still do some. Okay, no, you got a couple of. Okay, no, it's not going to do anything. Can you imagine? That was actually kind of close. Closer than I think Dingo would have liked. Hydra, though, just chilling right now. It's not the easiest of things to break out of a fully... well, I guess not fully, but basically a contained Zerg player. Mass tanks, Valkyries, and Vessels. Pretty good. Devourers and Mutas are actually going to be pretty good here too. If every little thing is playing good! There we go. Devourers coming in here, and they should be able to clear up a lot of these vessels. A lot of them. Unless they all just stack up like this and all get eradicated and all blow up. Maybe I just tripped and never mind. Terrible call by Tony G. That was real shitty by Hydra. I thought it would have been good, but he thought it would have been good too, so F y'all. E-Rat OP. He's gotta run out of these eventually. Velk's coming in. We're waiting for that second round of units here from Hydra. Dingo just holding on for dear life. Still really not a crazy factory count or anything. I feel like his worst nightmare is for this game to go into a late game. He's just done everything he can to deny it, but to no avail. Another little lurker drop coming in here with some Guardians. Gonna just keep chipping away at this defense here by our Terran player. A very, again, nice Plague-oo. I'm loving the Plague-oos. Yeah, I'm gonna start picking off these factories. A lot of these Guardians getting some work done, and I think he may have cut the tank count down enough where he can start transitioning into the front door. Dropping may now be unnecessary. Of course, there's no way for him to know that, but he's also just going to peek out here. Well, again, another opting. I love it. I love the Plague-oo Swarm. You just mine as well, I guess, right? Starting to E-Rat Hydras, that's when you know things aren't going well for you as a Terran player here. And looks like time's up for Mr. Dingo. Time's up, bucko. You're about to be Plague-ooed to effing death here. Nasty, now that he's cleared out the tanks on the ledge, he is able to move out. Of course, he is still up against the siege tanks, though, so he is going to need more swarms here. Yeah, clearing everything out slowly but surely. Hydra in full control of this game. And I imagine it's just a matter of time before GG. I don't expect Dingo to give up by any means. Because why would you? All you need is a chip in the chair. That's what they say in StarCraft, isn't it? You just... Devours coming out here again. Gonna run on top of some turrets and Goliath, though, and be like, yeah, we're gonna be just as useful as last time. Devours. This is why we're built so often in low money games. Meanwhile, those sacrifices, those Devourers were just sacrificial distractions, because now a million swarms come down here and breaking his way out of this disaster of a contain. Zergling's pretty good with swarm coming in here, especially versus siege tanks. Just jetting on in. I haven't scrolled out in a while. I used to do that a lot when I first started, but a lot of you guys complained about it, so I stopped doing it. It's also hard to re-find where the original zoom is. But now we see the ultras coming out. The whole Zerg arsenal being used right now. We just need a couple more queens being used. He usually does use queen versus Protoss, but starting to expand down here. Just a matter of time. That is why I have ×2 this, because everyone's been in these kind of situations where it's like, you know you're probably not going to win, but you're also not dead. But you know you're probably not going to win, but you also think you might have a chance of winning since you're not dead yet. But you also know you're probably not going to, but you can't give up yet. See a sneaky little Nidus down here, which is going to just loop all the way around here. A bunch of scans going to go down and be like, hey, where the F are these ultras coming from? I like it a lot, but 1,000 tanks. Can the 1,000 tanks do enough damage to kill one lurker under one swarm? No, I don't think so. So these ultras are going to have a heyday over here, taking out all of these factories, all of these starports. Going to continue to throw some Zerglings in here. A nice Plague going to go down here. Zerglings just dominating this game right now. Hydra looking unstoppable this game here. Tough to beat, and yeah, this has to be GG here. Oh, the tanks though did take out the lurkers after that swarm disappeared for 1 second. Never mind, maybe there is a chance. No, another swarm went down. Never mind. And here we go. Ultras bunching up. They're having a little group chat like, wow, we were so successful on that counterattack. Good job, guys. Good job. Hug, group hug, group hug. Meanwhile, Zerglings targeting SCVs. Awesome. And yeah, this is GG. Complete devastation here. Nice little move there from Hydra. Just has to clear this up before Dingo accepts defeat, as he will not be able to rebuild, as he will not have any supply depots. This is his final push. This is for Sparta. Oh, even pulling the drones. Very BM. Dingo still believes he has a chance though, and I admire it. But at the same time, it's a bit annoying because you're clearly effing dead, buddy. Look at your main base. Look at it! Look at your main base! Look what you're producing from! You really think? Oh, he's got his PC expansion. He is going to win with this. Never mind. My apologies. Finally leaves the game like the BM boy he is. And Hydra gonna take a commanding lead. I don't expect there to be much fight left from Dingo, but we'll see. We'll jump into the next game. We'll see if he has any fight left in him. Yeah, we'll see you in the next game. Here we are. Dingo. He got the race he wanted. I think he wanted Zerg. And Hydra gonna be the Terran player here. So Hydra on match point, 1 win away from being crowned the champion of SCW. And Dingo 1 game away from being eliminated. He has to win a bunch more in a row, which just does not seem likely after these first couple of performances by him. Now they are gonna see where each other are. I think Dingo may have pulled back just in time, but I'm not sure. I was not checking. Maybe not, because he is going to go for that 3 barracks. If he went for anything else, I'd think maybe he saw the Overlord, but that's standard stuff. Yeah, nothing too crazy coming out from either of these players. I expect Dingo to just give up, but you never know. Where there's a will, there's a way. Dingo, can he come back? Can he do it? Zerg versus Terran, very possible winnable matchup. It's going to be tough in these positions, though. He is right here, very close. Hydra are going to be able to apply a lot of pressure, and we've seen that before when Hydra was Protoss and he was beside his opponent. He applied non-stop pressure, was just dropping units in there, just shuttling them in. Seeing a very quick layer here. This is looking like a 3 hatchery Muta build here by Mr. Dingo. Koreans love this build, but Koreans also micro like madmen. So we'll see if Dingo has what it takes to micro it up. I imagine we're going to see a Spire. We are going to see that Spire. We're going to need to see one more gas here by Mr. Dingo, and then we're going to have to just see that 3 hatch Muta all in here. Let's see what Hydra is doing over here. Just going for his Marine Medic Stim, looks like, and 1 single starport. So a little 3-1-1 build here. I like it. I like it, especially in this position. You're going to get that dropship. He's going to get a dropship before that science facility and that vessel. Going to come in here, try to apply some pressure. A couple of medics running in there, taking some heat. Doing pretty well so far, actually. I can tell you that wasn't that many Marines. Very nice medic placement, really capitalizing and using those Marines very nicely. He's gonna take up 4 Sunkens very nicely done. Gonna make a lot of room for that siege tank to start pounding away here. And okay, no, he's not gonna build a dropship. Never mind. Maybe he did enough damage up front where he's like, maybe I can just break through here. But we're gonna see those mutas out right now. Let's see Dingo's Muta micro. So far, not so good. Only a single volley off from 2 attempts. And loses 1 and takes significant damage. And now that he sees that it is only mutas, he is going to stim in here once again, absolutely crushing this choke. But those sunken colonies behind that hatchery are proving to be difficult for the AI to figure out. And now that those Marines were a little out of position, these mutas are gonna be just enough to take this out. But there's only 4 mutas. He did not get that 2nd and 3rd gas early enough. He is not doing this build quite properly. And he's paying for it right now. He has too much minerals, not enough gas. He's not going to be able to build those mutas, and mutas is what he needs. He's not going to be able to build anything else. He did add an additional hatchery as well, but I don't know. This is close. This is close. Dingo definitely has an opportunity to keep these Marines low if he can micro properly, as there's only 3, adding 2 more barracks right now as well. 4 more barracks right now. No, 3 barracks. 3 barracks. I'm tripping. 3 barracks. Which is, I think, the right idea here. We do see that Queen's Nest going down now. Marines are going to be very good up until those Guardians. Yeah, Dingo just not having the best micro right here. You can see him missing volleys, taking a lot of damage. You want to go in and out there, in and out, all stacked up so the same Marines aren't getting hit. Or same mutas aren't getting hit. Hydra being super aggressive with these Marines, though. My goodness, just running right in there, letting these mutas once again clear this up. So a little bit of a mistake there by Hydra, pushing a little bit too aggressively forward there. I love to see it though, but yeah, reinforcements are going to be just enough here. And yeah, Hydra looking good, looking able to stabilize, adding more barracks here, knowing that that is the play to get barracks. Marines out, kill him before those Guardians come out. Just needs a bunch of Marines here. These Sunkens are almost gone. 1 tank finally going to fall down. Dingo, decent micro there. But I don't know. It's looking tough for him. He has not cleaned up this push yet. He's delayed it, but he's not cleaned it up yet. And I guess he just needs to keep delaying. I don't think he's going to be able to clean it up until of that Greater Spire, but I don't know if that Greater Spire is going to be coming out in time. Adding so many more barracks here. So many more Marines are going to be out. And if you don't have Lurkers or Guardians, Marines are pretty good. Those are the 2 main kind. Oh, I guess Ultralists as well. And if you have enough Zerglings or Hydras that can do well, but in these early games, you know what I mean. I don't know why I have to explain myself to you, okay? I don't even know. You didn't even ask the question, so F you, bud. The mutas just doing what they can. A Gosu Wraith coming in here just for the hell of it, but the choke has fallen. Nothing back at home for Dingo other than 23 drones and a very small number of mutas, which there is just no way. And we are looking like we're about to crown ourselves the champion here. Looks like we're moments away to see who is going to be our SCW25 champion. I think it's going to be Hydra. Dingo just waiting for these Zergling reinforcements to give himself a chip in a chair, but the tank's in range of the drones. The drones going down. Reinforcements coming in. Dingo saying, no obs. No obs. There's no obs in here, Hydra saying. Micrometers. Dingo being a little rat goof baby that he is, needs one last excuse, crying about obs that don't exist because of his terrible muta micro. Can't possibly be him. You didn't just get crushed 5 times in a row, Dingo, did you? No, it has to be the non-existent obs. And there we go. Just showing everyone why we're all BM'd. How could you not like someone like Dingo or Jose? They give us plenty of reasons every single time we see them play. Congratulations to Hydra. He is our champion. Well deserved. Played like a beast from the start. Had a sexy record. Very solid player. And he's looking tip-top shape. Taking games off white and black. Making Dingo look like a pup. And yeah, very nicely stuff. He's on a new level right now. He's on a different level than everyone. And he's absolutely crushing it. Can't wait to see him and white and black hopefully face in the future in a nice little best of series or scan or something. We need Hydra. Even Hydra versus Kokanee would be alright. Well, we gotta get Hydra in that Gladiator Stadium. We need to see him fighting. Congratulations, Hydra. SCW champion, defeating Dingo 5-1. Crushing it, well deserved. GG, enjoy your $100, brother. And yeah, GG, we'll see you guys next time.